There's a type of pain that doesn't leave scars on your skin. It settles deeper in your spirit, in your peace, in your ability to walk into a room without your heart being pulled in 100 directions. It's the pain of being misunderstood, provoked, and targeted. Not because you are weak, but because you are strong in a way they'll never understand. Have you noticed it? How some people always try to push your buttons? How they pick at your calm like it offends them? How your silence, your kindness, your focus all seem to irritate those who have never tasted real discipline? It's not your imagination. Weak people don't always come screaming with cruelty. Sometimes they smile while they tear you down. They'll pretend to care while secretly hoping you fall. They'll trigger you in quiet, clever ways, hoping to get a rise out of you, not because they want clarity, but because your reaction is the only power they have left. And if you don't see it for what it is, you'll fall into the trap. You'll respond, you'll explain yourself, you'll try to correct the lie, to defend your name, to show them you meant well, but that's exactly what they want. Because here's the truth most people won't tell you. Weak people thrive when they get under your skin. They can't build peace, so they destroy yours. They can't control themselves, so they try to control you. They can't stand still in their own chaos, so they try to drag you into it. They don't want resolution, they want reaction, because when you react, you stop being you. You hand over your calm, you let them dictate your next move. And for a moment, just a moment, they feel powerful. You become their puppet. You dance to their bitterness, and they smile, not because they won anything, but because they made you lose yourself. But what happens when you don't react? What happens when you see the game but choose not to play? What happens when you hear the insult and respond with silence? What happens when your peace is so deep, their chaos drowns in it? That's when they lose. That's when the mirror reflects their own insecurity, and they can't look away. Let me tell you a story. There was a man named Adil, quiet, thoughtful, strong in the way that never needs to raise its voice. He wasn't rich, he wasn't famous, but he had something most people didn't: control over his emotions. He walked with dignity, spoke with clarity, chose his words like a craftsman, and because of that, he stood out. At his workplace there was another man, Tamor, loud, charismatic, but deeply unsettled inside. He needed attention like oxygen, and he hated the way Adil didn't need to be seen. It challenged him. It exposed him, so he started small, interrupting Adil's ideas, cracking jokes, making backhanded compliments. At first people laughed, but Adil never responded. He just smiled, stayed calm, said less. Tamor pushed harder. He spread rumors. He told management Adil was lazy. He even once deleted Adil's project file just before a deadline. Still, Adil said nothing. He redid the work. He showed up. Delivered, always with that same inner calm. Months passed, and something changed. People stopped laughing at Tamor's jokes. They started noticing how bitter he sounded, how insecure he acted, and they started respecting Adil more, without him ever saying a word. Then came a promotion. Adil got it, not because he fought for it, but because he never fought where the battle was beneath him. Tamor, left with nothing but the echo of his own noise, eventually left the company. And Adil, he stayed, quiet, respected, unbothered. That story changed me, because we often think power is in speaking louder, clapping back, proving ourselves. But real power is in control. Real power is in not needing to be understood to keep your peace. It's in smiling when they expect you to fall apart. It's in standing still while they throw every emotional weapon they have, and watching it all fall at your feet. You don't win by reacting. You win by not needing to. Weak people try to trigger you because your silence reminds them of everything they've lost control of. They poke at your composure because it reveals their own instability. They bait you into fights because that's the only language they know. But you don't have to speak it. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. You don't have to reply to every insult. clarify every lie, or justify your choices to people who don't even understand themselves. Every time you react, you lose a piece of your energy, and every time you don't, you regain power. You don't need to shout your worth. You don't need to demand respect. You earn it in how calmly you handle disrespect. In how you protect your peace like it's sacred, because it is. Your peace is not for sale. Your emotions are not tools for other people's entertainment. Your time is not a playground for toxic minds. So when someone tries to trigger you, pause. Ask yourself, is it worth it? Are they even worth your words? Or are they just loud shadows trying to pull you from your light? You outsmart them not by playing the game, but by making the game irrelevant. Let them get louder, let them throw sarcasm and side-dies, let them create drama. You stay still, you stay focused, because the person who controls your emotions controls your day, your decisions, your direction. And the one who controls their own emotions, they control their destiny. Think about it. How many moments have you lost trying to fix someone else's opinion? How many nights have you replayed conversations in your head that should have never mattered? How much energy have you given to people who wouldn't even lend you honesty? It's not worth it anymore. You're not here to be understood by those who refuse to see clearly. You're not here to be liked by those who can't even like themselves. You're not here to fight back against whispers. You're here to become untouchable. Not in arrogance, but in discipline. Not in pride, but in peace. Let them call you cold. Let them say you've changed. Let them whisper that you're distant now, because they don't know what it cost you to protect your peace. They don't know how many storms you've walked through just to be calm. They don't know that silence, for you, is sacred. That self-control for you is survival, that walking away for you is the ultimate wisdom. So let them be confused, let them wonder why their tactics don't work on you anymore, why you don't rise to their drama, why you don't explain yourself to their ignorance, why you no longer dance to their emotional chaos. You've evolved, you've outgrown reactive living. You've chosen a higher path, one where peace matters more than pride, where stillness matters more than being right, and where control over yourself is the only control you'll ever need. They want your reaction because it feeds them. Stop feeding them, starve their need to dominate your mood, starve their need to feel bigger by making you feel small, starve their drama by walking away, starve their chaos by staying centered, and when they realize they can no longer trigger you, they'll either grow or disappear. Either way, you win, because the most powerful people don't dominate others. They master themselves, and when you master yourself, no one can master you. So when they come for you with shade, offer them no sunlight. When they come with sarcasm, offer them no reply. When they come with bait, offer them no bite. Smile, pause, rise, and remind yourself, not every dog barking deserves your attention. You're building something they can't see. You're becoming someone they'll never understand, and you're walking a path too steep for weak minds to follow. So keep walking, unmoved, unshaken, unbothered. That is how you outsmart them, by no longer needing to win anything. Because you already own the one thing they'll never have: inner peace.